Michael, we returned to the county ground to host Forest Green. What have preparations been like for that game?
Preparations have been quite simple, really. They just rest and recover, and try and get the ones who are close up to speed as quick as possible, so we can have a bigger pool to choose from.
How important is that as we continue to go through this festive, congested period?
It's really important, because we're having to ask the players who have been playing to keep going and going and going, and of course that's what they get paid for. But it is difficult when we couldn't change it as much. But look, we got a few coming back, and we're getting closer to the window, so I'm sure we'll have a bit of good news shortly.
Of course, Wrexham saw the return of Tom Burrett from injury, so where are we with the rest of the absentees?
Dokes will be back in contention. Jake Kane's had more minutes. George should be okay. So that's kind of positive. Fraser's, not too far away, a week or two, which is also good, because he's a big player for us. And then you have the likes of Tariq, Rush and Reese, who are a little bit more long term. Obviously Ben Ward then will return to Burnley.
Of course, this is the first time we spoke to you since the Murphy news. We obviously wish him all the best as he looks to come back stronger.
Yeah, it is. He's been fantastic for us, not just during the games, but he's come in. He's been an unbelievable trainer. Fitted in well with the lads. He's been a real joy to work with, and Murphy is going to be a big miss for us. But it is this. We've got to get on with it. And we wish him all the best and thank him for his efforts during his time as a Swindon Town player.
And as we look to ours, of course, we had Lewis Ward start for us, and impressed on his return to league action. Yeah,
I thought Lewis was very solid. He didn't have a doubt about that because of his experience. He's been there, seen it, done it in terms of playing for Swindon, so that's not going to affect him. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that we've lost Murph for the way it happened.
As we cross over the halfway stage of the season, how do you assess things so far?
It's been frustrating. There's been some good points. Obviously not so well at the moment, but injuries and illness has crippled us, and they're not excuses, they're facts. But we still should have been. We should still have more points than we have already, and that's the frustrating thing.
Looking ahead to tomorrow's game, of course, Forest Green, the recent change manager. What are you expecting from a Troy Deeney side?
I'm expecting a tough game, full of energy. A team who put a real shift in. They've got quality in their squad. You look at their squad on paper, it's a very good squad. For one reason or not, they've struggled. They've had injuries as well. So it's going to be a tough game.
As we mentioned, I'm sure both teams will be up for the game, looking for a win. So how important is it we make the most of this opportunity as we look into 2024? Yeah,
we've got to try and win every game we play, and this one, it ain't no different. It's just because they're bottom or in the bottom two. There's going to be no walkover. These a team now who've got a new manager, and they'll be playing for their Forest Green careers. So it's a tough one that we need to make sure that we're at it and do better than we have done recently.
How important is it that we're back at home for our final game of 2023?
Yeah, well, I'd love to sign off 2023 with a win. It's been really frustrating and tough, not just for me, the supporters, but the players as well, for the last 4 to 6 weeks. So hopefully things are on the upside with the return of a few players and what we can add in January.
Just ending on a positive, how much positivity and optimism can you take into the new year?
Well, we can. I don't think it can get as bad as it's been since October, really, in terms of injury-wise. 5 centre-backs out, 3 left wing-backs out. It's been trying, but look, for me, it's given me a lot of belief and optimism that these players have stuck together and continue to put in the effort that, at the very minimum that Swindon Town Football Club deserves.
How important is that, sticking together and optimism together as a group?
Well, it's really important because they could all be feeling sorry for themselves. Oh, we haven't got this, we haven't got that. But that's life. You've got to turn these negatives into positives, and let's try and get the win tomorrow. And hopefully that will just lift the mood of the camp.